So you prove you can do it in Huntsville. You get 3 deals. Where do you guys go from there? If what's next?
So I got out of the army last year. At
Okay.
that point, we wanted to stabilize our real estate, continue the wholesaling a little bit as we were doing. That's kind of what fizzled it out for the Huntsville market. And it just got really, really expensive. Huntsville was already pretty expensive as a good investment market, but it just continued to get more and more expensive,
Yeah.
and deals started to make way less sense, and it cost way more to market to them. So at
Okay.
that point, my business partner and I pivoted that business. We said, hey, this was great. We both learned a lot. We basically paid our way for tuition. We got paid to learn, which is awesome. And then we moved back down to San Diego, where, of course, I house hacked another multifamily. And thankfully, I won't lie. My biggest cheat code is my wife. She is open to the concept of us house hacking multifamily properties. So we've been
Yes.
together since high school. So she's been through this whole roller coaster, let alone all 3 house hacks. And she helps me with renovating, furnishing, whatever we need to do on them. But the most important thing is that she is
On board.
open and willing, yes, to do this, because we understand the short term sacrifices for the long term benefits, basically.
What's her first name?
Sierra.
Sierra. Nice work. That's awesome. So what are you house hacking in San Diego? Is it a duplex, quad? What is it?
It's a 3 unit, but it was such a mindset shift coming here from being in a such a high cash on cash return market up in Alaska, and understanding that pretty easily I can offset my mortgage, to coming here where you'd be lucky with if you could offset a portion of your mortgage down
Right.
here in SoCal. But like you teach, right? It's not about comparing what's going on in Alaska to here. It's about what is average here and how do you get better
Yep.
than that. So I did the same thing. I created a spreadsheet of every single multifamily that was on market, underwriting every single deal as to the best of my ability. Fortunately, we don't have to deal with $2,000 a month, heating bills here. It's pretty
Yeah.
straightforward.
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward, but I underwrote every single property. We were in contract for one. Few days before closing, the lender says, "Hey, actually, I'm glad you didn't pull your loan contingency. I don't know why, but we can't. He didn't have a great reason for why he couldn't perform on the note anymore. I think his interest rates when we locked in were 4.5, and by the time everything was said and done, and we were in the 6 pluses easily at that
Yeah.
point. I don't
Yeah.
know. They just pulled the plug on that one, so we lost
Oh,
out on that deal. But
ouch.
we ended up with the 3 unit here in San Diego as well. That really relatively high interest rate. Now I guess it's somewhat low, but it's 6.75. It's the highest interest rate loan, even between all my seller financing creative deals. It's the highest one we've ever had. But the numbers made sense, and we saw that we're buying a property that is cash flow neutral, which is great in SoCal. So cash flow neutral while we live in it, just long term rents. We've been able to midterm rent one of them to then get us cash flow positive. We just improve the property, furnish it, and then rent it out to usually military healthcare professionals that are here for a year, 2 years max, but usually a couple months at a time. And they just don't want to carry their furnishings all over the
Of
place.
course.
So
Yeah. Very, very cool.